Alright, I wanted to make another video of taking apart a Scarab Stealth. It's a Scarab. I don't know why I keep calling it a Stealth. Basically, you take these screws out, you gotta pay for one of these bits. The tri-wing bits, or whatever the hell they're called. Focus on that. Come on. Well, anyway, it's a tri-wing bit, and these little screws, they have a dome on them. So there's two different types of bits. There's one for flat tri-wings and one for dome tri-wings, and it's really expensive. It's like 20 bucks or something. I'm like, I can't believe I'm paying 20 bucks for a bit, but I wanted to take it apart, so I gotta pay for it. Pay to play. Anyway, I took them out already. It's real easy, you know, righty tighty, lefty loosey. If you mess that up, you're retarded, and you should probably go outside and shoot yourself. Anyway, the button just fell off because I already took out the things. Has a little button, or the switch has a spring in it. Just keep a little tension on it so it doesn't jiggle all the time. This is what it's actuating inside the knife. You don't have to worry about anything flying around. I've had a piece, these two springs fly around, but they only went a foot. They're not that strong. The blade's not going to come out and stick you, so don't worry about that. So just grab right here where the switch actuates this part. This just pulls out. Okay. Now these springs, it will pop off. I'll show you. See, it'll pop, but it's like I said, it doesn't have a lot of tension on it, so it's not going to go very far. And it's connected on both these ends, so you're not going to lose anything. And then this is the actual inside, and I wanted to know how it worked, so that's why I originally took it apart, and then I cleaned it and oiled it and stuff like that. Focus better. So what happens is these little locks go side to side. Let me get my fat fingers out of the way so I can show you that. They go side to side, and that's what locks the blade in. That's it. So this bottom one locks it from going up. When you put it in, push it in, the blade's free, and it goes up. And this top one up here, when you watch it, you'll see it, locks it from going down, and that's all it is. It's just a small piece of probably aluminum, a little spring behind it. I mean, it's a really good design. It's very simple and it's effective and efficient. I was really surprised. I thought there's going to be tons of stuff in here. So there it is. It locks up. Now this piece, I'll show you how this works. When you put it in, okay, so this is down, it's locked, the blade's locked inside. This is with the switch back, okay, towards you. And when you move the switch up, this moves up, this sears the little locking mechanism, pushes it in, it unlocks the blade, but there's more than that going on. This spring here is going to be attached to this little cutout. So it's attached to the cutout and it's attached to the top of this. Well, from here all the way to about right there, there's, I don't know how much, 1/4 of an inch or something of tension on the springs. And so when that blade releases, that's why they get harder to push up the further you go up. When that blade releases, this spring pulls on this cutout, launching the blade out. Okay, and it's not strong at all. That's why your blade will derail if you hold a piece of paper or something in front of it, tissue paper, whatever. So that's how it works. It's really good design. I was really surprised. So the way you put this back together is like this. So do you see the little cutout there compared to how it's rounded with the little slit? The slit goes on the bottom. It goes on the bottom of the blade. Okay? Goes right there. Oh, get back down there. Didn't lock it in. So it goes, make sure the blade's locked or you'll probably slice your finger. Goes down there. Spring goes in there. I just lay it down and I push up on it and it just slips right over that, and then slowly take the pressure off, and that's it. So as you can see, I'm going to try to do this. When it goes up, oh shit, I can't do it. But when this goes up and this is attached to that cutout, it lengthens the spring until this release is hit and the blade is unlocked and it launches up from the tension on the spring. Once again, great design. I just want to try to make that clear to the non-mechanical, non-technical people out there. I'm a computer engineer by trade, but I like mechanical stuff like this. Let me just, once again, great design, but that's the basic insides of a Microtech Scarab. Show you again. You put that there, lock it in the blade, that cutout in the blade. Make sure this part is down so it's not unlocking that. Take you a couple times to get good at it. Put it like that. Hold your thumb on it real tight down here. Push up with this one so it clicks over that top part. And that's it. Now, when the blade is up, push the blade up here. And the blade is up and locked, and it slides out because there's no spring on there, okay? So be careful. The part that has the little groove in it, that fits over there, and that's what keeps the tension on it against this lock. Goes over this little nub on the bottom of the blade. So the blade can't fly out. And then when you want to retract the blade and you start actuating this down, remember this piece would be hooked on the bottom, so it stretches the spring, stretches until this shears that, which unlocks the blade, and it falls back down. So it's the same exact principle as going up, it's just backwards. So it's locked out. This spring piece is keeping the blade inside the knife. Actually, you know, it's probably more than that. It's no, yeah, that's right. That's keeping it out. There's of course a top piece that goes over there that helps it keep it in. So when you start actuating the button down, it starts to shear that release. Okay, but the blade is still locked up on top. Okay, so the blade's locked on top. It won't go down. Start actuating the button. It shears the release just like the other one, but remember there was that 1/4 inch of spring tension on there, and it shoots the blade right back down. Hits that. Bam. So that's pretty much it. Because when I first got it, it was not broken in at all. I don't think anybody used it at all. Might have fired. The guy said he fired it a few times and just kept it in a box. So I was having misfires with it, and I think there's two things that cause misfires. The first thing is if you're not strong enough and you're really pushing on that button, and you push it and you push the knife forward too. It's like limp wristing a gun when you're shooting a handgun, and it stovepipes a spent casing in the ejection port. It's the same principle. You take all the energy away if you follow the knife up like that, and I'll demonstrate that here in a second. Actually, I'll do it in another video because I don't want to waste time putting this back together on video. My phone's about to die too. But that takes all the energy away, and it won't lock out to here. Like I said, there's not a whole lot of energy in that spring when it's stretched out. Those springs, there's two of them. So I almost want to put heavier springs in them. I mean, that of course would make it harder to push out, but it'd make it fire harder. So I don't know, maybe that'll be a project for me one day. Gotta find the same size. The second thing that'll make it misfire is, you know, it can bind on something. If you push it up just enough, you know, it binds on something. I'm not sure. I think, you know, the tolerances are so tight that, like I said, it just needs to be broken in. So I put on a glove, and I just went at it for a few minutes, probably fired it 200 or 300 times, and it's fine now. I mean, it doesn't misfire. And I carry a gun, so this is not for self-defense. It's my utility knife. I like, you know, I cut stuff with it. I do whatever with it. So if I want to, you know, if my life is being threatened, I'll pull my gun, not my knife. So that's it. That's the insides of it. See if my battery doesn't die. Let's hook this back up all together. So it goes in the bottom one first. I guess you could do it either way, but I prefer doing it this way. Make sure this is all the way down. Push down tight with your bottom thumb. Push that there. Slide it up till it clicks. There it is. Okay, and that's it. So want to put the button on. Don't lose that little spring. Button just fits right over it, real flush to the side of it. The little spring actually runs across the handle. Stay down there, button. You don't have to hold that stuff in. Just don't drop it; it'll fly out. This just sits right over there. You put the screws in and screw them in, and that's it. And that's the inside of a Scarab. So I hope you enjoyed. Thanks.